Today's notes are brought to you by Flowers, and our topic is 10-3, the area of regular polygons. We're going to start off with some vocab, and then we're going to do 3 examples. If you're watching the video in Spanish, your notes should look like this as well, just you'll have the Spanish version. Your example 1, 2, and 3 should be in the same locations. In the top section of your notes, there's really 2 different vocabulary words I need to make sure you know. The first one is regular, and the second one is the apothegm. Can you find the apothegm? Regular, if I were to say a regular polygon, all it means is that every single side is the same value. So for example, if this was 7.2 inches, and I knew it was a regular polygon, then I would know that every single side was also 7.2 inches. So what I'd like you to do is next to regular, I'd like you to write a definition. The next vocabulary word I want to go over is the apothegm, and this is kind of a new idea. I want you to think of the apothegm as being something that's kind of like the radius. So I'll write that here. It's like a radius. The radius of a circle has this quality. It starts at the center, and then from the center of the circle, it goes down to the edge. Now the only difference is, in this case, the apothegm is going to hit the side and it has to make a right angle. So it starts from the center and hits any side. That could be an apothegm. This could be an apothegm too. The only criteria is that it starts from the center, hits any of the sides at a right angle. Now I'd like you to add some more to this definition. And when I check your notes, I'll be looking for your words here for what does regular mean and what an apothegm is. Think of that criteria. What does it have to create? So for example 1, they're asking us to find the area of this regular polygon right here. So the first thing you'll need to know is what's the area. So how do you find it? The area of a polygon, a regular polygon, is the perimeter of that polygon times the apothegm cut in half. If you wanted to write that shorter, maybe you'd write the shorthand for perimeter would be P times the apothegm divided by 2. That's the big formula I need you to know. So that's what we're going to use today to find the area of this regular shape. So the first thing I need to find is the perimeter, and I'm going to do that in green. So the perimeter is going to be the length of all these sides together. Now since it's a regular polygon, I know that all of these sides are the same. So how many sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides with a measurement 7.2. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so we can fit everything in. So I know if each side is 7.2 inches, if I multiply that by 5, I should get the perimeter. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 1 is 36, and I have 1 decimal place. So that means my perimeter is 36 inches. Great, that's the first part that's going to go right here. Now I need the length of the apothegm. So I need to look for the center of my regular polygon, a line that goes straight down to the side, making a right angle. That's 5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and write that my apothegm is 5 inches. And that value is what's going to go in here. So now I can actually find the actual area. So the area is equal to the perimeter times the apothegm divided by 2. Now 36 times 5 is actually 180. So I'm going to get 180 when I multiply 36 times 5, and inches times inches is inches squared. Now all of that value is cut in half. That means that the area of this regular pentagon is 90 inches squared. For this example, they're asking us to find the area again, but instead of having 5 sides, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that this is a regular polygon, and all of those sides would be 6 centimeters. And I'm going to go ahead and write my formula. So my area is the perimeter times the apothegm divided by 2. So let's find those values. The first thing I want to find is the perimeter. The perimeter is 6 centimeters 6 times. That means 36 centimeters is my perimeter. That's my value that's going to go there. My apothem is the length that goes from the center all the straight way to the side, and it has to make a right angle. So my apothem is 5.2 centimeters, and that's the value that's going to go here. So now if I do my calculations, and I have a feeling I'm going to need a little space here, so I'm going to scroll down. The area of my polygon is 36 centimeters times 5.2 centimeters cut in half. Now I actually don't know what 36 times 5.2 is off the top of my head, so I'm actually going to move my flower over a little bit, and I'm going to do that math. So I have 36 times 5.2, and I'd like you to do this math with me. 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Here's my placeholder. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 more is 18. When I add these together with my 1 decimal place, I get my area is 187.2 centimeters squared cut in half. Well, now there's some more math. Now I need to do this division. I'm going to take 187.2 and cut that in half. Now 2 can fit into 18 9 times, and it has a remainder of 0, so I'll bring down my 7. 2 can fit into 7 3 times, the remainder of 1, and 2 can fit into 12 6 times, and that's got a remainder of 0. That means my area is 93.6 centimeters squared. Okay, for this last example, again, they're giving us a regular polygon and they're asking us to find the area. So I'm going to start with my formula. My area is the perimeter times the apothem divided by 2. So let's find that perimeter first. My perimeter, I'm going to find once I know how many sides this has. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. It's a pentagon, and each side is 24 centimeters. So 24 times 5, that's 20. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. My perimeter is 120 centimeters, and that's my value that's going to go there. My apothem is the line that goes from the center to any of the sides making a right angle, and that is 16.7 centimeters, and that value is going to go there. No calculations necessary. But this part is going to require a little bit of calculation, so here we go. So my area is the perimeter, 120 centimeters, times the apothem length, 16.7 centimeters, cut in half. So I'm going to need to do this calculation. I have 120 times 16.7. So let's see that math. In fact, I think I'm going to need more space. Here we go. 7 times 0 is 0, 7 times 2 is 14, and 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And then I put my placeholder. 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 2 is 12, and there's my 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and now I need 2 placeholders. 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 1 is 1. Now I add all this up and I get 0, 4, 10, 10, and 2, and 1 decimal place. That means my area is 2,004 centimeters squared cut in half. Well, dividing this is going to be very friendly. That's 1,002 centimeters squared is my area of my regular polygon.